The rain came down hard that afternoon, the kind that soaked through coats and shoes within seconds. Manhattan looked gray and restless, streets clogged with traffic and people rushing under umbrellas that bent uselessly in the wind. Outside the Gilded Spoon, one of the most expensive restaurants in the city, a black luxury sedan rolled to a stop at the curb. The driver hurried to open the door, but the man inside was already stepping out, checking his watch with a sharp glance. Alexander Sterling was 4 minutes late, and that bothered him more than the storm. At 42. Alexander Sterling had everything people said defined success: money, power, influence, and a reputation that could end careers with a single sentence. He was known as a fixer, the man companies hired when profits were falling and sentiment needed to die. He believed business worked best without emotion. Numbers didn't cry. Balance sheets didn't make excuses. People did. He adjusted his coat, rain sliding off the fabric, and walked toward the entrance. The golden letters of the restaurant's name glowed warmly against the dark afternoon, promising luxury and perfection. Alexander pushed through the revolving doors, leaving the storm behind. Inside, the restaurant felt calm, almost sacred. Soft jazz floated through the air. The smell of expensive food lingered everywhere. Guests spoke in low voices, dressed in suits and designer clothes. Sipping wine like time had no meaning for them. Alexander's eyes scanned the room immediately, sharp and calculating. The maitre d' noticed him and went pale. "Mr. Sterling," the man said, rushing forward. We weren't expecting you today." "That's the point," Alexander replied calmly. "Seat me where I can see everything." The man nodded quickly and led him to a central table. Alexander sat, placed his phone beside his plate, and didn't touch the menu. He wasn't there to eat. He was there to observe. He watched everything. How long it took servers to greet tables. How quickly plates were cleared. How many steps it took for someone to refill a glass. He noticed dust along a baseboard near the wall, a fingerprint on a wine glass, a couple near the kitchen entrance shifting impatiently in their seats. 2 tables remained uncleared longer than they should have. Alexander leaned slightly toward the manager, who hovered nearby with nervous energy. "Who's responsible for that section?" Alexander asked. The manager swallowed. "That would be Sarah, sir. She's running late." Alexander's gaze sharpened. "Late? The subway broke down because of the storm," the manager said quickly. "She called ahead. She has a child and—" "Excuses," Alexander interrupted. "If she's not here in 2 minutes, fire her." The words landed heavy, but before the manager could respond, the back service door slammed open. The woman rushed inside, breathless and soaked. Her hair was pulled back, but loose strands stuck to her face. Her uniform was damp, her shoulders darkened by rain. She hurried toward the clock-in station, clearly flustered, murmuring apologies as she moved. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "I tried to get here faster. The train stopped in the tunnel, and then my daughter's school called, and Sarah." The manager hissed, eyes darting toward Alexander. "Stop!" Alexander stood. The room seemed to quiet as he walked toward her. His shoes clicked sharply against the floor, each step deliberate. The woman looked up and froze when she saw him. She didn't need an introduction. His presence alone told her everything. "You're late," Alexander said. "I know," she replied, her voice unsteady but controlled. I can make it up. I am fast. I'll clear my section in minutes. Please. Alexander gestured toward the tables she hadn't cleared. Those customers have been waiting. You cost this business money. I can fix it, she said quickly. Just give me 5 minutes. I don't give minutes, Alexander replied coldly. I take them away. You're fired. The words echoed. Conversation stopped. Forks froze midair. Every person in the room felt the shift. The woman stared at him, disbelief and fear mixing in her eyes. Fired, she whispered. Please, I need this shift. My daughter. The market doesn't care about your daughter, Alexander said, his voice calm but cutting. This is a business. You're unreliable. For a moment, it looked like she might break. Instead, she swallowed hard. She didn't argue. She didn't beg again. She simply unclipped her apron and set it down gently on the counter. You don't know what you just did, she said quietly. I know exactly what I did, Alexander replied. She picked up her worn bag and walked toward the door. Her shoulders were straight, but tears slipped down her face. She didn't look back. Alexander felt a familiar sense of control return. Order restored. Lesson taught. Then something hit the floor. A sharp clatter echoed near the entrance. Alexander frowned and walked over. Lying on the marble floor was a badge attached to a thick blue strap. It wasn't like the cheap employee tags the restaurant used. This one felt heavy when he picked it up. Annoyed, he flipped it over. The world seemed to tilt. The logo stamped at the top froze him in place. A symbol he hadn't seen since his father's death. Since the collapse of the company that once defined his family's name. Sterling Archer Biodefense. His fingers tightened around the badge. His eyes moved down to the name printed beneath the photo. Sarah J. Sterling. His breath caught. That wasn't possible. He stared at the picture. It was her, the same woman. But here she looked younger, cleaner, wearing a lab coat. Confident. Focused. Alexander's heart began to pound. Find her, he snapped suddenly, his voice breaking the silence. Now. He pushed through the doors and into the rain, scanning the street, but she was gone. Yellow taxis rushed past. Pedestrians disappeared under umbrellas. The storm swallowed her whole. Back inside, Alexander demanded files, records, anything. What he found made his blood run cold. Sarah wasn't just a waitress. She was his niece, his brother Caleb's daughter, a child his father had hidden, a family secret buried under money and silence. Before Alexander could reach her, she vanished. Her apartment was destroyed, furniture overturned, glass shattered. A child's toy lay abandoned on the floor. Her daughter, Lily, was found hiding in a closet, clutching a red notebook filled with his brother's handwriting. Men in black had taken Sarah, and suddenly, Alexander Sterling understood something he had ignored his entire life. Some mistakes can't be fixed with money. Some cost everything. The apartment was silent when Alexander arrived. Lily sat hidden in a closet, clutching a red notebook, too scared to cry. When she looked up at him, she said quietly, "You fired my mom." The words hurt more than any business loss. Lily told him men in black had taken her mother. That night, Alexander read the notebook and realized his brother hadn't died by accident. By morning, he destroyed his own empire, quitting boards and canceling deals to find Sarah. He traced the same symbol from her badge to a hidden facility and rescued her himself. The truth came out, the company collapsed, and Alexander testified publicly. Months later, he lived simply, walking Lily to school and watching Sarah teach. When Lily asked about second chances, he said they only come if people change. Years later, the restaurant became a cafe for single parents, and Alexander finally learned that people matter more than time or money.